Good afternoon, Mrs. Sumaya.
Looks like, there you go. Samaya, can you hear us?
Yes, now I can. Thank you so much.
Did
I
you
was in
hear the
panic mode.
question?
No, I did not.
Commissioner Anderson, would you repeat the question, please?
Thank you, Samaya. I just wanted to ask how we arrive at a fund balance for JAG, the grant. I thought those were all distributed already, but is that some that did not receive it? How did we arrive at a balance?
Because I know AA 21.
Through the chair, this is Sumaya Harb, Director of Administration at the Sheriff's Office. The fund balances, we at the Sheriff's Office receive all the money from the federal government, from the Department of Justice, but it's on a reimbursement basis for the communities. So once they submit their invoice, we pay them. So we don't give them all the allotment that was awarded to them by the federal government. So it's all on them submitting an invoice and we reimburse them. So when we submit our budget, I think we submitted it back in April or May of June 2022, 2021. We did not know how much the communities are going to spend. So once the year ends and we close our books, we look and we reconcile the remaining balances. So if we see that the community did not spend all their money, we do a budget adjustment to keep them, to bring their fund balance into the current year, so they'll be able to spend the money. Otherwise, they will not be able to spend their allotted amount.
So this is not money that goes back to the federal government. It just, you're waiting for the local communities to submit their claim or their
Invoice.
expenses invoice for reimbursement.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Yes.
Okay.
And this budget adjustment carries for 3 different JAG grants: the 2018 JAG grant, the 2019, and the 2020.
Could you, and you, pardon me if you have already, but I wondered if you could let us know, send us a memo, let us know which communities have not received all their money because you're still waiting on something back from them.
Absolutely. I can send that through Joe. I can send a memo for all 3 JAGs. I just want to let you know the 2020 JAG, none of the communities have spent any of their money. So all their money is still intact, but I'll send you a list for all 3 JAGs.
Are they able to take that money from each year and accumulate it and use it in one?
They can take, through the chair, they can take one project. Let's say they want to buy radios and they can allot 2018 JAG and then 2019 JAG for the same project. Yes, they can.
Okay.
But they have to, when they invoice us, they have to separate the invoices per JAG grant. But yes, they can take one project and invoice 2 or 3 JAGs for that same project.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Madam
Oh,
Chair.
thank you.
How many years can they accumulate it?
Well, we have, every JAG that we receive is from the beginning, there's 3 years. They have 3 years to spend the money.
Okay.
And then the federal government allows us to extend 1 year. So all communities have 4 years to spend their money.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions on this item? Item 2, go ahead, Madam Clerk.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2022-35044, certifying revenue in the county health fund.
Move approval. Support.
Any discussion on item 2? Madam Clerk, number 3.
Item number 3, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2022-35118, certifying revenue in the circuit court fund.
Move approval, Madam Chair.
Discussion on item 3.
Wondering, this is for a someone a jurist to help preside over the child abuse neglect cases because they're so backed up. Are there going to be more people hired to do this type of thing so all the cases in all the courts can finally start getting caught up?
Anyone here or on Zoom who could answer that question?
Hi, yes, Madam Chair. Lynn Roberts,
Hi.
Lynn Roberts, Chief Financial Officer for the Third Circuit Court. In response to this question, yes, this grant was awarded to the circuit courts to allow us to fund a visiting judge or a jurist, where it could be a referee or a judge, depending on the type of case, to assist with some of the backlogs in the juvenile division. And so we're working to identify a jurist that will be able to assist in that area, and it is to address the backlogs. We are still continuing with remote hearings. A lot of the backlog relates to individuals wanting to have an in-person hearing for their case. So we're working through those plans and staffing for that now.
Lynn, will that help? Just this grant, will that help get everything back on track, or are you going to need more money to do that?
Well, I believe that this grant will assist. We did have a visiting judge a couple years ago. We don't have a visiting judge there now, so that will help to support that. I don't believe that it's going to exclusively address the backlog in that division. But I do believe that we do have provisions that will allow us to bring on visiting judges in juvenile and other areas of the court.
And one last question, is there a plan to go back in person eventually?
Yes, there
For
is.
everyone?
Yes, I'm sorry, Matt, through the chair. Yes, there is a plan. The chief judge has been working on a reopening plan at the criminal division. We have opened up all those dockets. That is the first building that is back to full capacity. There are occasionally still some challenges, especially in terms of where if we have the court clerks and things of that. We've been talking about that the last year or two. But juvenile will likely be one of the, because there are so many parties that participate in each of the cases. And some of those courtrooms are very, very small. We still want to be able to accommodate some level of social distancing and also make sure that we have the resources available there. But yes, the chief judge has been working through a plan to get all of our divisions reopened.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Any other questions? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 4, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2022-35106, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Discussion on item 4. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 5, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2022-35133, reallocating expenditures in the central service fund.
Discussion. Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Move for approval.
you have the floor, Commissioner.
Just a clarification on what telegraph activities mean. Just haven't heard telegraph in so long.
This is Majid Essek, Finance Manager from Department of Information Technology. This is mainly telephone and telegraph. This is the name of the line item in Wayne County chart of account. But this is normally for the landline and VoIP services. So it is mainly for the landline.
For the
So,
landlines.
Telegraph is landline.
Yeah, this has been there for a long time.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Mark Gabo.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, the name on this line item goes back probably I don't know, 100 years. It's a line item referred to as telephone and telegraph. And for some reason, when you look at chart of accounts, they still call it telephone and telegraph, even though technology has changed rather dramatically. I don't know people that use telegraph anymore.
I just wanted to know if it was something that we, yeah.
It's communicate, it's
Yeah,
really
different.
communications.
Okay, great. Oh,
You know, one opportunity.
Identify yourself.
My
for
name
the
is
record.
Drew Van de Grift. I'm the Wayne County Budget Director. Commissioner Baker McCormick, that's an interesting observation. It is an anachronistic description of an account line within our chart of accounts. As we move forward through the ERP integration, there will be an opportunity to revisit the structure of our accounts. And so if we see any accounts for horses and buggies, I'll make sure to address those as well.
well, I guess that would be one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Telegraph. Okay, thank you.
Yes, Commissioner
Yes.
Anderson.
Drew? Drew, I was going to ask you, since you mentioned ERP, can you, when would we be able to get an update on where we're at on that?
Anytime that you ask, Commissioner.
Okay.
He's
if you-
asking.
Very good.
Could you give us a summary real quick?
You know, I would like to speak with all of the shareholders that are participating in this because it is a very large project.
Okay,
So I feel that my perspective on this, I think would be a component of the answer, but not a complete answer for you. If it's all right, I
Sure.
expect to have a written response by the next time we meet.
okay, great. Thank you.
Sounds great. Any other discussion on item 5? Madam Clerk, next item.
Item number 6, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2022-35-111, reallocating expenditures in the county park fund.
Or
You? Any discussion on item 6?
Madam Chair, I will move items 1 through 6 for approval.
Been moved and supported. Any discussion on any of these items? Commissioner Kinlock? I see your light is on.
Oh.
You? Please call the roll on items 1 through 6.
Commissioner Scott? Commissioner Baker McCormick? Commissioner Marecki? Commissioner Kinlock?
yes.
Commissioner Anderson?
Yes,
Vice Chair Baydun?
Yes.
Chair Varga?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you.
Moving to item F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I have none. Any committee members have anything?
Item G, public comments.
Anyone from the public wishing to comment? One from the public wishing to comment? Anyone on Zoom or on telephone? It's safer to say electronically, listening or watching. Or telegraph. Anyone from the public wishing to comment in any form? Did we receive any emails?
No emails were received.
You? Next item then, please.
Item H, adjournment.
So moved.